Yo, 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 welcome to another episode of Culture Controversial Podcast, man. I'm your host, Simply Nicholas87, and my co-host, Ty H.
What's going on? Glad to be back.
Oh, yeah, for all the new people that haven't subscribed to the channel, y'all hit that subscribe button, hit the notification bell, also hit that share button, man. Helps us get out here in this YouTube algorithm for this content that you got going on right here. Um, Had a good week. We did an early one with Monday. Yeah,
Yep.
did on Monday.
The Monday before, yeah, not this, the Monday, but like 10 days ago, something like that.
Yeah, 10 days ago. So we had a bye week last week. Well,
Yeah,
then,
Anson had a bye week. Let me know what you talk about.
Anson had a bye week last week. I was gonna get into the preview for this week versus the Parkwood. Are they still the Rebels? Or they
Yeah, they
something?
still the Rebels. Nobody's made them change their name yet.
Okay, I was making sure they still the Rebels because I know a lot of Rebel teams have went to another
Yeah, like the
name.
Monroe Rebels became the Monroe Red Hawks.
Hawks,
South
yeah.
Stanley Rebels became the South Stanley Rebel Bulls and all that. Yeah, I got you.
But getting into a conference preview. Well, 2 games left. Um, I think Parkwood has lost 2 conference games. Anson has lost
Just like us.
Yeah, they lost 2 conference games. And I'm think West End has lost 2 conference games, if I'm not
Anson,
mistaken.
West Stanley, and Parkwood are all about the same caliber of
Yeah.
team.
So at this point right now, you're looking at you gotta win today to get in. Or it's gonna come down to some sort of tiebreaker or something.
Well,
Or
only the top two conference teams get automatic bids.
bids.
Anything else, you're talking about like a wild card at large type thing. So
Yeah. Cause on the I was looking at the I think it was last week. It was last week. I was looking at the at large. We are right now. We're in 5 out, not 5 in. So
okay, you're talking about projections.
projections,
If
yeah,
yeah, that's if we go 5-5, I feel like we'll get in.
right. We got to
But
come.
first thing you got to win tomorrow.
Absolutely, got to win tomorrow. Uh, this team, from what I've seen statistically, they are a running team, and they have pretty much. I think their running back is either. I think he's like either first or second when it as far as rushing in the conference. So you're gonna have to be prepared to stop the ground attack because I'm pretty sure they're gonna hit you with that
I
quickly.
think they're just as bad as we are. It's just a matter of can we get out of here without shooting ourselves in the foot.
That's true. You had a week to get all those injuries or whatever going on out the way, or another week of preparation. You've had 2 weeks to get ready for this game, basically. In my opinion, that's 2 whole weeks. So, um, you should be
Well, it
fresh.
comes down to this, man. We the last few weeks we've made the game much harder than it has to be. When it changed the offense twice, we'd have gone 3 straight weeks with 3 different offenses. You go in with the offense you've been running against Pageland, and it wasn't the scheme; it was more of the sloppy execution that cost you. You go in against Monroe, who's a better football team regardless, with an entirely different offensive scheme. It maybe for a quarter or half a quarter, it looked you saw a glimpse of success with it, and then you end up losing to the better team. Then you come out against Forest Hill. You have, and this is not a knock on the kid, but you got Hickson, the quarterback, full time, and you could tell that when it comes to the passing game, the reps hadn't been there with them, and
Right.
and you move high at the wide receiver, and that's just not a knock on either kid. I'm just like, well, I don't understand what was trying to be accomplished with making that switch like that. Especially when you're trying to throw downfield with Hickson. Hickson's an incredible athlete, and he wasn't used to his strength in that game. I think he hasn't been used to his strength all year. I think he should have been a tailback. If you're going to play him a quarterback, you should have run a quarterback run exclusive, like spread option type offense. If you're going to have him playing quarterback, if you're going to run a more traditional offense, then you need to have him at tailback. And that's not a knock on him. That's not a knock on his aptitude. I'm just talking about, but as far as his athleticism and his power, you want to use him at his strength, and his strength is running downhill. So if you're not going to put him in position to run downhill, if you're going to play him a quarterback, it should be a downhill quarterback power running type offense. If not, then put him at tailback. And receiver, that's not a strong suit either. I think you get him running downhill full head of steam, I think is when he's at his best. Don't know why you had Hyatt playing slot receiver. And that's not a knock on Hyatt. I'm just not understanding why you were doing that. as far as the passing attack is concerned, I still think Hyatt is the best passer you have on the team, and you can keep as long as he's accurate and not throwing it to the other team, he can keep the defense honest.
Right.
And I don't know what they were trying to do with this Forest Hills. And this is what I said about Forest Hill. Forest Hill has a good team, but I promise you, Monroe's going to blow them out in 2 weeks. And Forest Hill, and I feel like Forest Hill do well to get to the second round of the playoffs. When Forest Hill is going to be when Forest Hill gets to the playoffs, they're going to be disappointed because they've beat up a bunch of nobodies, including us. Because we were playing bad football by the time they played us. They beat West Ham last week. They haven't been tested, and I think now one thing about when they play Monroe, that is a rivalry game. So rivalry games sometimes things can get a little wacky, but just on paper, and from the eye test, Monroe should blow Forest Hill out in 2 weeks. But back to us, we've lost our identity completely, and I don't even know what we're coming out doing. As far as against Parkwood, we're good enough to beat Parkwood, but I don't know what to expect because I don't know what they're trying to do. They've had a bye week. They should get back to what was working earlier in the season. Get back. You can't change your identity this late in the season, and that's what they're trying to do. Change your entire identity and philosophy. And it's almost like you're just trying to throw something on the wall and see what sticks. And at this point,
too late in the season to try to get an offense. You're trying to figure out what offense works when you should basically have some sort of schemed offense, the basic offense that you want to come out in. Instead of like every week you come out.
Here's the thing. I will keep Hyatt at quarterback.
Yeah.
I don't know how if Kendrick May is healthy. Kendrick May will be my speed back, and Hickson will be my power back.
Right.
Like Hyatt at quarterback, and in the back, and let Kendrick May and Jakari Hickson carry the ball out the backfield.
Because if you look at it on paper, I mean, even with them two, you still got a third back, Griffin, who's also down here.
Oh, number 25, Griffin. He's good. I forgot about Griffin.
Yeah, Griffin's a down here.
You got a three-headed monster. You can use May and Griffin, and then sprinkle in Hickson. If you're gonna put him in the slot, you can work all three of them.
Absolutely, you definitely can. That would be, especially them two running downhill at them. They ain't gonna want to tackle it so much.
And then like Griffin's a sophomore, right?
Yeah, he's sophomore. Yeah,
and May is a sophomore too. You got two They could be the second coming. I know this sounds crazy, but in a year or two from now, we may be comparing them to James Kirby and Brent Simpson.
Could be. I mean, I agree.
Yeah, okay, let's say if we go 5-5. James Kirby and Brent Simpson went 5-5 in 1998. Then in '99 they came out and went 9-1.
They did.
Hey, that's a gold mine right there. I forgot about Griffin. Came back in the middle of the season, right? He was hurt, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, you got Griffin. I like him because he runs with authority. He's a guy that can run hard between tackles. You got him, and then Kendrick May is a beast.
Wait, his speed, yeah, he's speed.
And then one thing I like about Kendrick May, he doesn't dance in the backfield. He runs north and south.
And that's what you want,
right? And I'm not gonna call a kid by name, but I've seen one of the other options that we were going with, and I'm like, but May has a better burst than the other back they were going with.
Yeah, he does.
Right, May. One thing about May, when you pitch it out to him, when he doesn't start tiptoeing when he gets near the first down marker, when he sees safety running up, he still runs hard and gets that first down. I don't understand why Kendrick May wasn't being featured heavier earlier.
I think that if they use that formula, they can pound 4 or 5 yards per down, eat clock, maybe get a sustainable drive, get down in the red zone, keep pounding. You can wear a defense out like that.
Right, and then every now and then on play action, is Courtney Sturdivant back, or he's still hurt?
From far as I know, he's supposed to come back at Parkwood. As far as I know,
I'm about to say he's a sophomore too, right?
Yeah, sophomore as well.
I'm like, and I know he had some drops early in the season, but he started to come along before he got hurt.
Pale Haney, what's going on, Pale?
What's up? You get him involved in the deep pass, because the deep shot, him in 19, they can go vertical. We saw that. I don't know why we keep going away from that. It's worked.
Yeah.
Like Hyatt actually was connecting with those guys in the vertical passing game.
Absolutely.
We've made the game so much harder for ourselves.
And it's so simple. They got the formula to just destroy anybody that wanted to. If they use that, they use that back tandem like they should, can't nobody beat them in
Right,
that
and our
front.
defense is solid. The front seven.
Yeah, yeah.
We've had a takeaway in every single, at least one takeaway in every single game this year.
We have.
That's an amazing stat. If your defense has had a takeaway in every game this season, you shouldn't be 3-5.
No. You should be 5-6-1, 5-3. I mean,
we forced like about 3 or 4 takeaways. We forced like 3 or 4 turnovers against Forest Hills, didn't we?
We first, 3 at Forest Hills, 3 at Monroe.
And you still got beat 50-63 and 35-14.
Yeah. Your defense is doing what they got to do. They're getting the turnovers.
They're getting stops and turnovers, but they keep continuously being put on the field for long stretches because the offense keeps going 3 and out.
You're wearing them out. And that's just what it comes to. It's not that they're playing bad. It's just if you keep a defense on the field more than 4 downs per drive, eventually that defense gets tired.
This team is falling apart the same way it did in 2018. Just crumbling.
We're talking about high school football, Pale. But yeah, it's definitely it's falling apart quicker than it should be coming together.
And so and I hope some of the guys watch this. Guys, where's your pride? You still got a chance to make the playoffs. Out of everything that's happened, you still have a chance to make the playoffs. It starts with winning tomorrow.
Yep.
This is a game that you can win tomorrow.
This is a game you need to win tomorrow.
You have to respect your opponent, but if you play sound football and protect the ball, you can win tomorrow.
Easily. I feel like they should this game, if they come out to play and full of energy, this game should be nowhere near close. It should be either a 2 or 3 touchdown game for them. Easily. In my opinion.
You know it's gonna make it difficult.
Well,
I'm going with Anderson. I'm saying Anderson wins the game 20-14.
Okay. I know I've been on the other side of the wagon for the last 2 weeks, but I think this week I'm gonna come back home. I'm gonna go Anderson and a nail biter, 26-21.
Ooh, I don't know where that 26 coming from.
Well, I'll say 27. We get 27. I'm sorry.
27. I'm saying 20-14.
27. Yeah, 27 extra point. I mean, think about the extra point. 27-21.
And I'm saying 20-14. We both thinking a close type game. So
yeah, it should be a close game. If played right, it should be a real close game. If played great, it should be a blowout. But again, they make it so difficult.
We'll see.
We'll see. I mean, I like their chances this week. I actually like their chances against Forest Hill, but I don't know what happened. I feel like
man. Right, speaking of that game against Forest Hill, right before halftime, you let a guy catch a field on the opposite side of the field with no time left in the half. Let him drag all the way. You're gonna let him cross all the way across midfield. And he goes untouched. Not only does he cross all the way across the field, then he turns upfield and runs another 50 yards untouched. Come on, man.
That's just poor execution. Whoever caught that defensive play.
Yeah, but somebody got to run up and make a tackle too, man.
That too. But there's no way he should have came back from this side of the field and come all the way back across and score.
Hey, charge to the game. It happened.
Charge to the game in that situation. That play should have been just called up right then.
And the crazy thing, and as far as college football, I missed all the games because such a dang all winning.
Oh yeah, the win.
We both missed Tennessee, Alabama.
I didn't see that one coming. I wouldn't have told you. I wouldn't.
I know Tennessee could score. I didn't know if they'd be able to get stops, which they didn't get stops, but they still won the game. But I know Tennessee can score. So
the question now with that is I'm trying to figure out. So hear me out on this, and I know it might sound crazy. You remember opening kickoff of college football, where I think we were ranked. Oregon was ranked 11th or maybe 12th at the time.
They were ranked pretty high, like that.
when they
You
played
talking when they played
Georgia.
Georgia?
Yeah,
They
that
were ranked
was
pretty high.
yeah. That pushed them all the way out to 25 at that point.
Yep.
But now you had the same. I think Tennessee was either 11 or 12. Maybe they might have been higher than that.
They were like ninth or something like that going into that game.
Okay. Now when they beat them, they put them at what 3?
Yep. Tennessee third now. Alabama dropped to 6.
6. I don't get the logistics of the drop.
Well, probably because when y'all played Georgia, not only I know margin loss was a loss. When y'all lost to Georgia, Oregon lost to Georgia,
Yeah.
that score was lopsided.
Yeah.
I mean, it was like something to 3, wasn't it?
Like 49-3, something like that.
Yeah, I mean, and you're supposed to be a top 10, top 12 team. You can't go out like that.
Yeah.
And Oregon's still ranked like 12th now. They didn't climb back up.
They climbed back up. Yeah, they got back in. But my thing is this Alabama is still lingering around.
Well, SEC gets biased anyway.
Yeah, it's so biased now. That's why I'm so ready for them to go and up that playoff system up to the number of teams that it should be, which I think it was 12 if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, then all they're gonna do is add people like Ole Miss and stuff to it. They're just gonna go pluck the other SEC teams.
It's an SEC tournament.
That's all that's what they want anyway. They act like nobody can play but the SEC. And there's a lot of the SEC rides Alabama's coattail. Like every year, Texas A&M is in the top 10, and they fall apart.
They do. I agree. I definitely agree with that. This year you actually had a Pac-12. Well, you actually had a Pac-12 team in the top 10. I think they fell out now.
USC.
Yeah.
Yeah, because they lost to Utah.
Yeah. But Utah still they're some. Well, they in the 25, but I don't think they're.
They ranked pretty decent though.
Yeah.
Their only loss was to Florida.
Florida, yeah. But,
First game of the season, they should have lost that game. I watched that game. They blew that game to Florida.
Yeah. And I think that when Kentucky lost to South Carolina, that pushed them.
Yeah, I mean Kentucky got a good team. They're not no team that's going to compete for like college football playoff or anything like that.
Nah, but
Kentucky be playing in the Outback Bowl. I'm being dead serious.
Give them a Sugar Bowl.
They're not going to put the Sugar Bowl. Someone like Ole Miss or somebody get to play in that.
Well, it used to be. I know that the Rose Bowl is a Pac-12 Big 10.
And the Big 10. Pac-12 is Big 10 playing the Rose Bowl. Sugar Bowl is Big 12 and SEC.
Yep. And I think
the Orange Bowl used to be ACC versus Big East / American, but then after the American lost its power status, they just flipped like with Big 10 or something, or somebody at large.
Because I remember that year that Clemson went to, I think it was the Orange Bowl, and they got mollywopped by West Virginia that year.
That's what West Virginia's in the Big East. Yeah, they lost 70-33 actually.
Yeah, that was when they had what was Nerlens Noel?
Geno Smith was the quarterback. Yep. They had Stedman Bailey and Tavon Austin at wide receiver.
And shout out to Geno Smith, man.
Hey man, you talking about comeback player of the year, man? Shout out to him for real.
Yeah, he's actually balling. I don't know what we seen the transgression. How do you feel about that?
Hey man, but when you play for the Jets, that's what happened. But the Jets are playing good football now, and I know one of these guys to be commenting as a Jets fan. So y'all 4-2. Hey, yes, good for y'all. Y'all 4-2. That's the last mention of the Jets you're gonna get tonight.
I can't argue. That defense is pretty stout. I give them that. That defense.
Hey, Robert Saleh is showing why they hired him, man.
Yeah, I mean he was a defensive coordinator.
For the 49ers.
Yeah. And they, I think each year he was there. It was at least in the top 10 ranked in defensive.
The dang on DeMeco Ryans doing a heck of a job with 49ers defense too.
Yeah.
He gonna get a head coach.
They injured a little bit right now, so Atlanta got away with one this week. So
hey, but shout out to Tim Horn in Atlanta. It's all love.
Oh yeah, it's all love. Yeah, but they got away with one this week because they had a full healthy defense. That wouldn't be nowhere near what it should be.
Yeah.
But Atlanta don't look slouch either. I'm not gonna say they're bad because Mariota's actually decent.
He's playing well. He's playing pretty well.
Yeah, he's playing decent. Hey, what's going on, Charles Hyler? What's up, man?
What up? Hey, you good, man? Hey, everything gonna be online all as long as you need it on there, so you good.
Yeah, you good. We still in the show. I wanted to talk about the whole Robbie Anderson situation. What's your thoughts on that?
I mean, he got into it with the wide receiver coach, got kicked out of the game, got traded the next day.
Listen,
Robbie's all right. He's not a bad receiver. He ain't no Hall of Fame All Pro receiver. He's a solid receiver.
He's frustrated. Of course you would.
And that's a right to be frustrated. You got to realize you're on a bad offense. You got this little Yahoo PJ. What's his name?
Washington.
PJ Walker. PJ Washington.
Walker.
I'm about to do the same thing. PJ Walker. You got this bum quarterback and PJ Walker. The only reason he's on the team is because he played at Temple when Rule was there, and Rule brought him on as a favor hire. You got this bum that they're scared to throw the ball more than 2 yards with. They're just throwing it around line of scrimmage, throwing tunnel screen after tunnel screen, and he hasn't been targeted. And he's like wanting him to take some shots down the field. And I mean, he had every right to be upset. Now, from the coach's perspective, you got a quarterback that you can't trust. Here's my perspective: if you don't trust him to throw it any more than 2 yards down the field, then you don't need him on the field.
There you go. Say it one more time for the people that can't hear.
If you don't trust him enough to throw the ball beyond 2 yards beyond the line of scrimmage, then you have no business with him on the field.
I agree. That's the main thing. Coach and quarterback supposed to have this trust system. I'm supposed to be able to trust you to lead this team, offensive unit, down the field. Do what you need to do. You make changes if you need be. You supposed to see it. That's
PJ Walker's not even worthy of being in the NFL.
Well, I can agree with that too. But I mean, he's here. So.
Yeah, and the crazy thing about it, I know someone who's good friends. I know someone whose son is good friends with PJ Walker because he played tight end at Temple. I know his mom, but this dude played tight end at Temple when PJ Walker was there. So her son and PJ Walker are tight like this. So hey, Denise, it ain't no diss or whatever, but PJ Walker's not worth it.
So this week Carolina has who's the opponent this week?
Tampa, I think.
Tampa Bay. They coming off a loss.
Our defense built okay. The offensive line is bad, and only thing about it, you're not allowed to sack Brady. That might be problematic. But Brady's not really playing that well.
He's not.
Tampa's deep. The thing about it, if Walker's playing quarterback, we won't win another game where he's under center.
I agree.
If he's the starting quarterback for the remainder of the season, we'll go 1-16 or whatever.
So, do you feel like? Now, I'm gonna ask you as a fan. I know losing is not in the nature. Nobody likes to lose. But at this point, in the season, do you go out and find a quarterback that's available, or do you just go ahead and say we're gonna roll with it and we're gonna have to get ready for next year?
You should try to win every game you play. Maybe try to just if Darnold's back, see what he can do. Darnold's bad, but he's better than Walker.
I agree. I give you that. That I will give you because Darnold didn't play bad the first couple games.
The first 3 games of the season, he didn't play bad at all.
No, he didn't. I don't know what happened after that. The offensive line meltdown.
Offensive line was terrible. Got him hurt.
Yeah. So I mean, it is what it is with that. But here's this, man. I wanted to talk about this too because it hit my mind this morning. I was like, I'm gonna talk about this. What in the HE double hockey sticks is going on with the Hornets basketball players outside of basketball?
Well, James Bouknight he needs to be very careful he doesn't get himself or somebody killed. Yeah, we know he got the DUI the other day, but also he's been cited for reckless driving like 4 other times within the last 12 months or within the last 6 months or something like that. That got to stop.
Yeah. You make millions. You should
that got to stop, or you're gonna have another body field situation.
That or
or Henry Ruggs or whatever.
Yeah, or Dante Stallworth or whatever.
Yeah, any of those, man. You can't have. And at that point, that's just a young man being stupid. I know someone might say, "Well, he's young." I'm like, but you could throw away a whole career. The guy that was a good player, Miles, already at least thrown this season away for himself. Yeah. And now and lost $125 million being a DA. Bouknight, you're still trying to prove yourself. 2nd-year player, 1st-round pick. You're still trying to prove yourself. You're going to be dumb. So they don't play him enough. So I don't. With Terrence Marshall, I haven't seen enough of him. He's highly touted, but he was hurt during the preseason. Then he's back now. Now at the quarterback, you got dang on PJ Walker playing quarterback. So even if he is good, we're not going to see it because they're not throwing it far enough down the field.
Right. I think me personally, and just me, I think I would have took that chance somewhere in the draft. If I could have I probably would have just said, I get it. You went for what you needed was the offensive lineman. I would have tried to get my man from Liberty, at least be a backup.
Malik.
Yeah, I'd have gave
the Titans got him now.
Yeah, Malik. What's his? You know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, I know you're talking about. He's with the Titans.
Yeah, I'd have tried at least. I mean, I get it that you needed an offensive line. It's good to start there too. That was a good.
He's playing well too. That left tackle.
Yeah. So I mean, you got to think he's been just because he's been going against good ends at this point in the season. He went against
Malik Willis. That's his name, Malik Willis. Charles gave us his name.
Okay, Malik Willis.
Yeah.
He's been. I mean, my guy's been going against good defensive ends majority of the year, edge rushers. So
the only bad game he had was against Myles Garrett, and hey,
I can't put that on it because that's Myles Garrett.
Yeah. But you know who leads the league in sacks?
Who's that?
Alex Highsmith, Pittsburgh Steelers. And he played his college ball at
the UNC?
The Charlotte.
Yeah, UNC Charlotte.
Yeah, the Charlotte 49 Alex Highsmith leads the league in sacks. So you knew I was gonna brag about that.
I knew you would. I feel like I should have kept my man. He's in Philadelphia having a field day.
Hassan Reddick.
Yeah. I just don't understand that one.
Yeah, he was good with us last year.
Yeah, like 12 sacks last year, didn't he?
That was one of, and he played for Matt Rhule at Temple too. That was one of the Matt Rhule Temple guys who was actually good.
Yeah, it's showing. He's in Philadelphia, and I think at least they are top 10 defense in the league, if I'm not mistaken.
Then they brought him and James Bradbury in, so they shored up the other corner spot, and they brought in a pass rusher.
And you got a hell of a corner in Slay, because Slay is right now is probably the best corner.
Right, and then Bradbury is really good on the other side of him, and then you added a pass rusher and Hassan Reddick.
And those safeties are pretty. The safeties are decent. They're not bad, but they're decent.
Yeah, they got a very good defense. And Jalen Hurts is doing what he needs to do to win ball games.
Yeah. They run the ball, and they got a balanced attack. And I just like how against Dallas, they have a good defense. Don't get it twisted, but they're not as good as Philadelphia.
Nope. Dallas got a defense now. They got some rushers.
Yeah, they got some rushers, but that back end is still suspect to me. That secondary is questionable. So with that, it is what it is. What do you say? Carolina has a bad offensive line for over a decade, man. It's time to clean house, and I think and Bradbury is having a great season too. Yeah, he is. He definitely is.
Well, yeah. Now Carolina's offensive line better than it was last year. Now their offensive line is getting better though. It's just that this year your quarterback play was just bad. Darnold was not Darnold.
What's up, Daryl?
Mayfield was just what's up, Daryl? Mayfield was holding on to the ball too long, hesitant because he worried about his passes getting batted down.
Yeah.
But but Philadelphia's defense, Philadelphia's team that got a defense that can take them to a Super Bowl.
I agree. I think this year anybody in the NFC, that's probably the only team I actually see getting there.
There's still a lot of football left to be played, but they got a defense to caliber to do it.
Yeah, you got.
I wouldn't mind seeing Hurts win the Super Bowl because he was one of those guys that people thought couldn't play quarterback at the NFL level. So you know where I'm getting at. He was one of those they put that label on too. So I would love to. I wouldn't mind seeing him. I would love to see a situation where it could be like Baltimore could get there and against Philadelphia, that situation like that. That would be cool.
I still think right now it's the AFC is it's kind of hard to say. I like Buffalo. Buffalo.
I still think Buffalo and KC play in the playoff game. KC will beat them. I think KC will go up in Buffalo and beat them in the playoff game.
Think so?
Yeah.
It's possible. I
think Buffalo's good, but I think they'll choke.
I hope they don't. With that team, they way too talented.
Yeah, but
they got a good offense and
they got an excellent offense.
Yeah, good
quarterback. I still think they'll choke.
Think that too.
Yep.
I think this is the year they get over the hump.
I don't. I think a team like Baltimore will win about 10 games and get hot in the playoffs and go to the Super Bowl.
Ooh.
Baltimore will win. There's nothing in their division. They're going to win their division regardless if they stay healthy. Cincinnati's not going to win that division. Pittsburgh's not going. I think if Baltimore wins that division, I think they'll get hot in the playoffs, and make a run to Super Bowl.
Only thing right now with them is killing me is they be blowing these fourth quarter leads. That's the only thing that's killing me with them.
Yeah, they blew it like against the Giants, the 4-1 Giants, but yeah, 5-1 Giants.
5-1 Giants, yeah. Hey, listen, man, they may not be good at the quarterback position, but it's working. It's coaching.
And that's good coaching. They're finding ways to win games.
And I like
good game management.
Their coach is real. I like him. I really do. I'm not a Giants fan, but I think their coach is like he's really trying to win games. He's putting them in the best situation to win those games. And every game they played this year, they had to come back and win. I think it's the Carolina game. They may have came back in that one.
So what?
I said I think. I'm talking about as far as a comeback. Like they were down most of the games they've won this year.
Yeah.
So I feel like they've been in good situations. They can finish a game, which is a plus side. No matter how bad it looked, they finish the games.
Yep.
So I give them credit. Like now that people are saying, are they legit or are they pretenders?
And then they played 6 games and they won 5 of them.
Yeah. So right now they're nothing to be played with because they can actually win a game. So and that comes down to good coaching and good game planning and situation
and good game management.
Yeah. So I give that coach all his credit. They're doing what they need to do. With a bad quarterback, so
yeah.
I mean, could you see them in the playoffs? Possibly.
Former Charlotte Latin quarterback Daniel Jones, former Duke Blue Devil Daniel Jones.
Because right now you got 3 teams in the NFC East that are basically playoff teams. If they started today, they technically are. All 3 will get in, except that team at the bottom.
The Commanders.
Yeah. Commanders, Daniel Snyder, Secrets.
Yeah, everybody's against it, and Rivera's gonna fool around and get fired.
if Daniel Snyder don't tell everything,
yeah,
because he's ready. I don't know what kind of book he getting ready to write, but he's ready to tell all. He say, "I need y'all opinions on the Tennessee-Alabama game." Tennessee just won. It was a shootout.
Yeah, I missed the game, man, because we were at his wedding, so I missed the game. I saw the score though. Looked like it was a shootout.
It was a shootout. I tell you what, Alabama defense is not good.
They gave up a lot of points. I'll tell you that much.
And that's the second game they've done that this year.
Yeah, they don't look like the vintage Alabama.
Yeah, you can tell. Like if a team can put enough up on them, and they can't score, that's gonna be the X factor. That's.
Now I already when Tennessee and Georgia played.
That'd be a good one. Matter of fact, let's see what's on the old ticker.
Yeah, I'll be right back.
All right, let's see what's on the old ticker here. Let me cut this old telephone on. Hold up. I'm going to get some scores or some. I had to unplug this thing. Okay, let's see what we can get out of this today. We're gonna try to get some. He said Alabama got a lot of growing to do. I agree.
Yeah, but people act like they're invincible.
Alabama can be beaten. It's been proven before. Clemson beat the crap out of them in a big game, so it's not like they can't be beaten.
44-16. Yeah.
The worst loss in Nick Saban. Probably the worst one he had as a Alabama coach.
Yeah.
So they can be beaten. It's just you got to go out and play. I think what some teams are intimidated just because of the name. Tennessee's not intimidated. They come out to play. They ball to the wall and they gonna score. They gonna score. They got them in a shootout, and that's what.
Yeah, well, Tennessee's offense can score on anybody. It's mainly Tennessee's defense that's the question mark. If Tennessee's defense could just play decent, middle of the road, they could be a national championship contender. But I feel like before the season's over, their defense is gonna be what lets them down.
Yeah, But as far as the offense, they can score at the best of them.
Yeah.
Put it to you like that. You getting a shootout with Alabama, you doing something right.
It's good to see Tennessee Volunteers playing good football, man, at a high level again. It's been a long time. That's one of the most storied programs in the country. The program has won national championships. Actually won the first BCS national championship in 1998 with T. Martin playing quarterback.
That's right.
So that's
T. Martin.
That's a storied program with a lot of rich tradition, a lot of great players like Peyton Manning, players like Leonard Little. There have been a lot of great players to play for Tennessee. And actually, Tennessee is the school with the first black quarterback to ever start in the SEC game played for University of Tennessee as well. So a lot of great tradition and history at University of Tennessee at Rocky Top.
Let's get into the most. I really just it cringes my gears. Basketball.
Yeah. Just started.
Yeah, it just started. What did you get from the first game Tuesday night? What was your take on that one?
I didn't watch the Lakers game. I ain't gonna lie to you.
Okay. I didn't.
It came up, man. It came on at 10:30. I had to work next morning. I ain't 22 anymore.
Gotcha. I understand.
Man, back in the day, man, I would stay up and watch the Lakers game. It going to triple overtime. I would stay up, watch the game, and get up and go to work the next morning like nothing happened.
I think they play tonight too at 10:30, if I ain't mistaken.
On TV?
TNT.
I'm gonna miss that too.
I only know they're playing.
I'm not staying up. I'm not staying up. Well, I might watch a little bit of it, but I'm not staying up late
tonight. No.
I don't feel great either, so I'm not staying up.
From the score sheet, just looking at scores, as this game won, it got blowed out. I mean, it is what it is. That's.
I didn't even watch it, so I know the score was like 123 to 109. I don't know what happened or any context.
I just know AD actually looked like AD just a little bit, so I guess he's starting to.
Whatever.
I guess he's starting to get himself back in the.
That's supposed to be hurt before the end of next week.
He'll fall out the door. It's out for the season. Anthony Davis.
No, I didn't mean it to that extent, but still. It'd be like a hamstring or a calf or a back spasm or something. Ankle, Achilles.
At this point, well, I'm gonna tell you this from what I did see. Somebody, please take Patrick Beverly. Please take him.
I didn't. Well, we know he can't shoot. He's supposed to be a good defender.
Well, that didn't work out either.
That move I didn't think was a great move anyway. I'm like, yeah, no one, he's 32 years old. Number two, he's not. They're trying to make him a two guard. He doesn't shoot the ball well enough to be a two guard to be playing off the ball. And not even a pure point guard, but he can defend the point guard position. But when you put him at two guard, where he's playing off the ball, where you expect him to be able to score playing off the ball, that is not his game at all.
No.
He's not a spot up shooter. He's not a spot up shooter, and he's not an ISO guy. So there's no reason to play him at two guard.
I feel like when the chips were at the time before we even got Westbrook, I still think Buddy Hield should have been that option.
I agree. Buddy Hield, he can shoot off the dribble, and he can score off the dribble, and he can shoot from outside. Buddy Hield would make perfect sense.
You should have got
They wanted to make the big splash. And all they went and got is who LeBron wanted, and then LeBron wanted to run off at the mouth about this team not built for shooting when he went 3 of 10 from 3. And then and these are all the people that he asked for, and then he's gonna throw it in the bus after one game and it doesn't work.
Well, that's LeBron for you.
That's true. Sorry, John Wall, but that's how he is.
But I mean, I'm looking at it from this point. You could have the scenario that I looked at it from. You could have passed on Westbrook because you already knew what that was gonna be. That wasn't gonna work from the get-go.
Yeah.
You could have got Buddy Hield. I would have kept KCP. I'd have kept Caruso.
Yeah, well, they let all them go.
They let all that go. That was honestly that was the bench.
Well, Kentavious Caldwell-Pope was in the Westbrook deal, wasn't he?
I think he might have been.
Yeah, because he was in Washington last year.
I'd have kept. I'm sorry.
Well, Kentavious Caldwell-Pope's a good defender too, and he can knock out outside shots, and he's a pretty good athlete too.
Yeah, I would have definitely kept him. I'd have kept Caruso. That would have been my bench player coming out the bench. He could score at least 10, 12 points. You need that. We can't get our bench cannot score. That's just proven fact. None is good, but I think Nunn's in the lineup though.
Well, I'm glad he missed the whole season last year with a bone bruise. I've never known someone to miss the entire season with a bone bruise.
That must have been one bone, bruised bone.
Yeah, Kendrick Nunn. Yeah,
But I mean, that's just me. That's the option, but I would have went with, and I guess they like LeBron's brain picking, and it doesn't work. We've seen it every time after time.
Hey, at least the Hornets won.
Yeah, at least the Hornets won. Hey, shout out to New Orleans. They beat the shit out of they beat the crap out of
your podcast. I was laughing.
They beat the crap out of Nets. I'm so happy.
Yeah, I didn't see the game. I saw like the tail end of it. When
that team is gonna be a problem if they can stay healthy. I'm gonna tell you that now.
Well, that's if What's the last part you said?
If they can stay healthy.
Say that one more time.
That team could be a problem. What
the last part?
I said if they can stay healthy.
That's a big if.
That's a big if. If they can stay healthy, that team could be a big problem.
What I said about the if was a fifth, everybody be drunk.
They'd be drunk. I think Brandon Ingram is honestly. I think Brandon Ingram it really is the star down there. To me, that's the star.
He's a good player, but I got to see him play well in big games.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I understand they got rid of him for Anthony Davis. I mean, that's all
but he and LeBron James were clash anyway because they both like isolating the ball in their hands. That wasn't gonna work because Brandon Ingram is a guy who like to play the ball in his hands, high pick and roll, and LeBron James plays the exact same way with a high pick and roll ball in his hands. They both got a similar style of game in the sense of the parts of the court they like to occupy. And so that caused spacing issues.
True.
Because Brandon Ingram's not a spot-up shooter. He's an ISO guy. He's a high screen and roll player. LeBron James like to run the high screen and roll. You got two guys running the same. It's not like he's Ray Allen where you can just run him off the screens, or like Klay Thompson where you just run him off the screens and he can just catch it and shoot it. That's not his game.
Right. You guys everything.
He's not Reggie Miller where you run him off the screen, or Rip Hamilton where you run him off screens to catch and shoot. If you got one guy on the wing that's an ISO guy like that, the other guy got to be a guy who's comfortable just running off screens, catching and shooting.
Right. They said, do you guys ever think the Hornets ever have a chance at a championship with Jordan as the owner?
If they build around LaMelo Ball, yes.
Yeah. They can do it.
If they build properly around LaMelo Ball, yes. LaMelo Ball reminds me of a young Magic Johnson.
Yeah. He can score. I
ain't even talking about his court vision, the way his passing, the way he controls the tempo of the game. I think LaMelo Ball's gonna. I think if LaMelo Ball stays healthy, he's gonna for many years come. He's gonna be the best point guard in the game, and can be our generation's Magic Johnson.
Man, shout out to LiAngelo, man. That guy keeps trying. He'll get there one day.
Good luck. I don't have anything against the man fighting for his dream. So I mean, yeah. I hope he catches a break one day.
Yeah, I hope he get it. He gonna get it eventually. Man, trying, Jesus. I mean, I think he's still with the Swarm though. I don't think he ain't fully off the.
Yeah, I don't really know what his deal is. I know the Hornets had brought him on the main roster a little while and they waived him right before the season started. But I'm never gonna knock a man for trying to accomplish the stream. So I mean, kudos to him for not giving up on the stream. Hopefully, his break will come through for him.
I hope it do. I hope somebody get him. I think he. I feel like he'll be the one that he's actually the bullet ball. Like I feel like.
Well, he doesn't have the skill to others have, so he has no choice but to be the bullet ball.
Yeah, so I mean, maybe it'll happen. I hope somebody picks him up this year that needs him. Yeah, I'll take him with the Lakers.
Yeah, we'll see.
I mean, what bad could it do?
So what?
I said, what bad could it do for get him?
Ain't gonna hurt nothing.
Man, I said it ain't gonna hurt nothing. Can't hurt was already about broke. But yeah. Anyway, I think we at the 44-minute mark. Probably gonna wrap this up tonight.
Yeah, I'm getting tired.
Yeah, we're gonna wrap it up tonight. He said I need an answer versus Parkwood score prediction from both of y'all. You said it was.
I said 20-14 Anson.
I said 27-21 answer. And that's what it's gonna be.
We'll see.
We'll see. But we up out here. We'll be back next week for the season finale. Well, not the season finale, but it's the season finale.
Football season finale. I know what you mean.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The answer season finale. And after that, we're gonna work on getting this contemplation of this all-time team put together that we are getting ready to probably venture on. So we definitely gonna get on that, and that's gonna be what it's gonna be. But until next week, we'll see y'all. See you tomorrow at the game, and we out.
Yes, sir.